Good morning and welcome to episode 21 of Saturday Morning Momentum. This is a 2-hour live stream where we come together to give each other support. We're a community of supporters and we want to help each other get things done, whether it's projects, working on goals, catching up on reading, whatever it is that you have planned that you want to get something done. This is the place to be. You will get 1 hour, we call it power hour, that you can just focus on whatever the task is at hand that you're trying to gain some momentum, and then you might want to keep going even after we sign off. But I am always joined by some wonderful, wonderful ladies. Today, Jen is here from Literary Love and Lee from Dark Roots Creation. Liz is out of town, actually. She's going to have a relaxing weekend, which I'm very proud of her for, taking the time to do that. And then Lori of Books, Ink, and Paper, she is actually helping her daughter in New Orleans in her daughter's classroom, trying to get it ready for her to go back to school. So they're normally here as well, but they're out and about being productive in a different way. So I want to welcome all of our, regulars that hang out with us. For anyone that is new, welcome. Please introduce yourself. Let us know what you're up to. If you have any questions about what's going on with this, we also have a Discord that you can visit if you want to participate in that. There's a section of my Discord where you can put your intentions and things, that you might be struggling with. Again, it's all about community and support. And for anyone that might be watching after the fact, thank you. And let us know what you got up to during your power hour. So how did your week go overall, Jen?
It's a rough time. I think I was talking about it last week. It's the same stuff with my mom who has late stage Parkinson's. She fell again. They're 3.5 hours away. She's not hurt, but still, I mean, that's like the third time in like 5 to 6 weeks. My dad's having another surgery on his eye Monday because the tube they put in before his eye rejected it. So it's a different doctor going to try the tube again. I don't know. But Tim is going. That's my husband. If you don't know, he's actually, he took off work Monday. So he's going to go Sunday and spend the night and then take my dad to his appointment, which, also my husband is a nurse. So, everybody just kind of feels better that he's going to be able to be there. And then my back is giving me a rough time again. I've got some different medicine, another appointment with the doctor. Probably going to have an MRI, see what's going on there. But this past week I did film one video. My intention initially was to film and edit and upload 2, but I only filmed 1, and that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I was laughing not at what you were saying, but because
Karma. And I have a very active little kitten. And then my other intentions were to just listen to my body and mind and take care of myself, which I did. And then to go all out for Pedro Pascal, You're Perfect-a-thon, which is the readathon that I co-host, that also co-host Crystal from Fiber Artsy and Kelsey from Slime and Slashers. So really just kind of resting a lot this week.
Good for you. Good for you. I mean, I think sometimes, especially as women, we feel like we can't ever stop and take care of ourselves because we're usually taking care of other people. And, I think sometimes, I don't know necessarily for us per se, but I think some women get flack for that. They get flack if they have to miss work because of taking a personal day, like a mental health day, or, take care of themselves. I just think a lot of pressure is put on us as women to just keep going. And really, it's not fair. So I think when you do stop and you take care of yourself and you back off a little bit of things, commitments, especially if it's not anything that's going to make a difference in how your life is progressing from day to day. You know, I mean, you're going to do your responsibilities. You're going to feed your child. You're going to, take care of your fur babies if you have any. You're going to go to work, and do those things. But all the little extras, you have to take the time to take care of yourself. You got to, what is it? You got to fill your bucket. And it's
Yes.
not just physically, it's also mentally. I mean, you've got to be able to have that. You got to take care of your mental health as well. So you deserve a lot of gold stars for acknowledging and actually doing it and not really caring. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care club.
Yes, yes, we do not care. That's right. Yeah.
Club, So how about you, Lee? How did your week go?
It was pretty good. I was just trying to wrap up my month strong. I finished the Bible study that I wanted to finish. I got to the 66% in my Florida Keys challenge. That was probably my biggest one.
Yay.
And then I just had a few of the non-negotiables that I finished, except for the Instacart one. I feel like my Instacart is your joy journal. Like, it's just like zero effort being made on that.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes it just takes somebody saying something to you about it, because the joy journal just drove me crazy. It's on my 25 for 2025 list. And I don't know if I mentioned, I'm not the one that came up with that. I was trying to brainstorm what is another self-care item, because I wanted to have my items kind of categorized. It was 20, like try to have 5 items per category, because generally I do have categories when I do my list. And so I just was like, what do I want to put on here that's more like self-care? I know I'm not going to meditate daily. I'm not a good meditator. Maybe I just haven't found the right one. Generally, I fall asleep if I do a meditation, a guided one at least. The next thing I know, I'm like, it's over. And that's usually what wakes me up, is I don't hear anything anymore. But my son was the one. He said, well, maybe you could journal. And I was like, yeah, maybe. I've kept like a gratitude journal before and stuff. And I was like, so I kind of looked it up and I was like, well, maybe I could keep a joy journal. I did a year of joy, on Instagram one year, and I liked doing that. So I put it on there without being, I guess, 100% intentional about the aim. So I think that's the struggle. Well, Liz, my wonderful accountability partner, Liz, said instead of doing a joy journal, just make a list of things that make you joyful. And I was like, well, that's kind of like how my Instagram project was. It was kind of, a picture each day of something that brought me some joy. Well, lo and behold, when she said that, I remembered I have a journal that I bought a couple of years ago from Gretchen Rubin. She made all these pretty journals and I bought them. This is a 1-sentence journal, and literally you have a day for each one. I've already written in for that one day, but each day you have, and you just write a sentence. Well, of course, yesterday I wrote 2 sentences. And I don't even know if you have to even write a sentence. You could just bullet, just bullet the things that brought you joy. So I'm like, just Liz saying that fixed the whole problem. First of all, I'm actually using this little journal because I'm like, I don't know what I'm really going to use this for. It's pretty. I bought it, but yeah. So that kind of solved the problem. I was glad that solved the problem. So it is going to be from this point on until I fill it up. And then once it's filled up, then I'll put it on the shelf and it'll be over with. So I can pretty much, if I get to the end of the year, I can count that as a win. You know what I'm saying? It just took me a while to get there. But otherwise, my week went pretty well, too. I wrapped up my Jumpstart July. I thought it was very successful. I also came up with an August challenge of things that I wanted to do. I wrote a blog post about it and, put that out yesterday. The only thing I didn't get to is I did not finish my scrapbook room. I did work one day for about an hour and I don't know. I just got myself busy into other things that I really should have done it. I should have just gotten out of this room, closed the door, went in there and just did it, put on some music or whatever, but I didn't. But I have decided I am just going to scrapbook next week one day and forget about, well, I mean, part of it, I can't move out of there until I clean out books, and then I can move those totes into the closet. But I don't want to take the time to do that. I have 5 months left of the year. I'm supposed to be scrapbooking 25 times for the year. So I figure 5 times in a month.
There you go.
Got to figure that out. I didn't put it in my August challenge to do that. I just need to do it as an extra thing. So that's one of the things I'm going to have to schedule every week. I'm going to have to make, it's going to have to be a non-negotiable, like you say.
I have a question. Does scrapbooking mean you have to complete a page, certain amount of time, or what?
It suggests that I'm in there scrapbooking something. So, for example, I have been working on Andrew's Ireland, London trip. He went when he was a junior in high school. And I did a bulk of it, but like I never did finish London. And part of it is I didn't take the trip with him. So there's a lot of research because I want to put something in there that's not just pictures. Otherwise, I could just put them in an album,
right?
Kind of thing. But Ireland is pretty much done, and so is Wales. I think I have some journaling to do. So even if I got in there and just journaled, then that counts as scrapbooking. It doesn't matter what's happening in there. But, I bought all these dies through Mosaic Moments. I want to learn how to use them, so it's stuff like that, so even if it's me in there watching a YouTube video on Mosaic Moments, that still counts as far as I'm concerned. So I think probably what I would do is set an amount of time when I go in there, a good chunk of time, not, just 15 minutes, but a good chunk of time. But that is a good question. Yeah, I'm so slow. It will take me forever to do a layout. Like even when I go to an event, I'm lucky if I get, the only way I'm very successful with that is if I already have everything ready that I can pull out and then assemble that I have to do. But that's what I'm trying to strive to get to, so I can maximize my time when I go, So anyway, I still feel like I had a successful week, even if that didn't get done. Sometimes I feel like I put too much on my plate. And when I don't get to something, that's just me. I feel like I feel let down, but it's like, it's because you had this expectation, you're going to try to do all these things. If something comes up, you're going to attend to that instead of worrying about something else. So I don't know. It's fun to have hobbies. You just can't get so serious about them.
Right.
To the point they make you feel bad. So let's see who's here and what they're up to. Hello, this is from Michelle. Hello, beautiful ladies. I'm out and about today with the family, but just wanted to bop the like button. I will post my intentions, what I did the week in Discord, and have a lovely weekend. So I know you're not here, Michelle, but we're so happy you stopped in. Thank you. We'll be looking for what you're up to. And good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Jen. Jen, I watched your video. You got some of those little mini books. I loved it. And good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Eleanor. Good morning, Em. How are you? Em will be prepping all day for her new job, so I'll be leaving soon, but I want to hang out for the few before so happy for you, Em, that you got a new job. I hope that it's something that you really enjoy doing.
Didn't Jen also have some really good news if people aren't in the Discord?
I'm sorry?
Doesn't Jen, the other Jen?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, Jen does. For anyone that is not in Discord or was not on Wednesday, Jen passed her library test. Woohoo! So she is another step closer to being a librarian. Yes, Lee, thank you for reminding me. I just thought everybody knew at this point. I'm so proud of her.
I said, if you're not on a Discord, you'd have no idea. So.
Alicia said, my week has been crazy. Saturday was Epic Universe and hubby's birthday. Sunday was sprints. Monday was school supply shop. And then I got sick. I was feeling better on Thursday. Okay, I thought maybe she was adding something else to that. So you are feeling better. That's good, because she was getting a cough. You were having a cough on Sunday. Good morning, Mama Maggie. Welcome. All the lovely readers looking amazing this morning, and all hail the feline overlord. That's funny.
She just knocked stuff out of the window. If y'all heard something and saw me fussing, she's being a disaster.
Yeah, they like to get into things, I can tell you. Alexis says, I'm terrible at meditating too. Daily journaling is hard. I love that. Yes, that is one of the things that I think has prevented me from doing the artist way, is because you've got to do morning pages. And I think you have to do like 3 morning pages. But I've decided I'm going to try. And, I put it in my Discord if anybody was interested in doing that. That is one of the things during August too. I need to start kind of figuring out a schedule and how everybody may want to, do that. If we want to try to meet sometimes online or, or do some of it in Discord, whatever, that's going to be an undertaking because it's 3 months, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. It's intensive. That's why I started and stopped and never went back. I mean, I didn't even get to the morning pages. I just was like, this is too much. Joy journal, is that like positive posties? Put a note on postie and put it in a jar, then look at them later. I mean, I guess. I mean, my things that bring me joy. It's just anything that brings me joy. Like yesterday was August 1st. I mean, one of my things, the reason I had 2 was, one, it was my son's birthday yesterday. He turned 24. My son brings me immense joy. And so, of course, he had to be added there. Anybody who has a birthday, they're going to be in my joy journal because those people bring me joy, right? Yeah. And the other thing that brought me joy was on my walk yesterday, I saw 2 armadillos waddling from one yard to another yard, and they were like heading towards the backyard to this like wooded area behind the house that they were in. And I'm like, ooh, they must have been having a wild night foraging for their insects. Now they're ready to go home and sleep. Morning, Stormy. Just got up and need coffee. And howdy, everyone. Happy Dinosaur Day, happy Ice Cream Sandwich Day, and happy Sandcastle Day. And Jenna, just noticed your new backdrop. I love it. I know it's been a while since I tuned into your channel. Good morning, Catherine. How are you? Good morning, Michelle. Nice to see you. She is working on a vlog. And congrats to M. Yes, big congrats to M. I am going to jog walk in just a few minutes because I want to beat the weather. Yeah, I got that. I've already gotten my walk in. In fact, I was on the pavement at 5:58. 5:58. I'm so excited. And thanks for the hype. It's wonderful. Yeah, lots of congrats for Jen. Catherine Huggett's also a librarian at a school, Jen. So I'll be helping her not next week, not this week, the week after for her mini book fair. So go ahead and start putting in your intentions for today. I see some folks are doing that. Mama Maggie is writing and stream hopping for All the Words August. Cool. Very nice. And yay to Jen. Thank you, Alexis. I'm still congested and coughing, but a lot better than I was earlier this week. Well, that's good to hear. At least you're on the mend. Lots of congratulations. And that's amazing, Jen. A dream job. And thank you, everyone. I planted a few flowers at the Mary statue at church this morning. That is why I got on a little. Well, that's good. That's awesome. Catherine's dad used to take care of that area. I guess from the time it started. Correct me if I'm wrong, Catherine, but when he passed away, Catherine took over, and taking care of it. And it's really a very nice spot right there in front of the school. I'll be using Power Hour to finish packing. I'm leaving for the airport in about 4 hours. Yay. And all the busy work is why I'm not part of the heart breathing writing community. Morning pages, a dozen levels of breaking down goals and all the things plus the things just keeps a person from just getting things done. Yeah. Sometimes you can spend a lot of time writing lists and planning stuff. And then when it comes time to do it, I know that's how it was for me sometimes as a teacher. I think I kind of overplanned because it was like if something happened to me, somebody could walk into my class and pretty much teach my class.
Mhm.
I wanted it to be detailed enough, you know. And sometimes after I would plan, it was like, I don't want to even teach the lesson now. Like I taught it. I'm happy for those it works, but all the busy work instead of actual work drives me batty. I'm heading to Colorado. Was that a sneeze?
That's coughing.
Oh, there was a coffin? Well, bless you anyway. I'm heading to Colorado to visit my grandkids for a week.
That's nice.
Colorado's having a delayed monsoon season, so bring your rain gear for the afternoon. And Alexis will be doing her new morning momentum routine, reading tracker update, HRC update. What is an HRC? Graphic update and reading journal update. Let me know what an HRC is. It's probably something once you say what it is and be like, oh, yeah. I never heard of it, though. There's a lot of smoke on the western slope from the fires around Montrose. Oof. And yes, he actually put the statue there. Yes, I thought that was the case, that he was the one that started there. It is a very beautiful spot. I know he's smiling down on you, Catherine, that you continue taking care of it. And M's intentions, get fingerprinted. I'll be working with kids and prep the house for the week, groceries, cleaning, etc. The typical chores with a new purpose. Wonderful. I just recently got fingerprinted, M. I had to do that to volunteer at the school at Holy Ghost. So I could volunteer to help with the book fairs. Alicia's intentions for today is making a grocery list, grocery shopping today, and then doing some financial tasks and figuring out my August TBR. I think I'll be doing Chunky Book August. Chunky Book August. Never heard of that. Hardest reading challenge. Okay. And plus, we'll be getting ready for back to school on the 11th, so cleaning up the house. Very nice. And being here was one of my intentions. Yay! Lori pointed me to this. I don't know how I didn't know about your Saturday mornings. I'm also working on reorganizing my apartment. I've been here. Very nice. And I made it up just now. I love it. Okay, so what are your intentions for Power Hour, Jen?
I'm going to be taking out all the Halloween decor that I don't already just have out year round. Last night, Tam and I put the Halloween tree up. I have a Halloween tree. Yes, we put it up August 1st because I'm ready to have all my stuff. That way we've got our Halloween tree and all the Halloween like all over the place for August, September, and October. And then on November 1st, we just take all the Halloween stuff off the tree. And then it becomes the Christmas tree because I like having my trees up for a long time so I can enjoy them. So
that's awesome.
My intention is just to finish putting out all the Halloween decor.
Yeah, I knew a lady that she had a tree and her Christmas tree. She didn't change it out for the seasons, but she had a Christmas tree and she had a screen. So her Christmas tree was up all year long. But what she would do is she would put this screen in front of it, like this decorative screen. And then when it was Christmas time, she would just take the screen off, which I thought was great. And that way she didn't worry about taking it on and off. Yep. Michelle's talking about her apartment a few months now and have figured out a better layout in my head and now need to actually do it. Catherine said, me too. I had it on my calendar as a goal. I don't think I can make Wednesdays too much, but I hope to be here each Saturday. Well, I appreciate it. I mean, I do think that it does help some people. This is kind of like a jump start for their week. You know, it helps. They're getting their weekend going, but then it kind of jump starts and it makes them intentionally think about how they want to start their week. I think that's probably one reason why Laura Vandekam talks about planning your week on Friday. Yeah. You know, that way you can, instead of sitting there on Sunday trying to do it when you're tired after the weekend and all that way you can get it done and be a little more intentional. What are your plans for Power Hour, Lee?
I am going to be reading chapter 8 in Atomic Habits. And then if I have time after that, I'm going to start my next Bible study.
Very good.
Atomic Habits is the priority today.
Yes, very good. I'm proud of you because it was taking you a while to get through it. But I think Christy was having a little bit of issues with it to the first couple of chapters. And I think it's because he's kind of like laying down what's to come. And, it's a lot of, I don't know, information maybe. I don't know what the word is,
It
but
is. You're hearing his like backstory and why he wrote this and why it's like, just get me to the actual meat of it. I don't care about, I hate to be mean, but I don't care about your backstory. Like, get us to the point of why we're here.
right, right. I guess the reason why he does the backstory, this is my thinking on it, is that he can show you that, because sometimes, have you ever watched somebody and they just so polished and they just got their act together, and you're just like, this person is just not real life. I can't really relate to them. I think with him telling you backstory, it's him trying to say, look, I was this everyday person. This is what was happening to me. This is what I came from. And this is why I developed this or whatever, but with that being said, you could probably condense that down a little bit. And if you wanted to, find out more, then you could investigate more, like have a spot that you could investigate that. But I think that's the intention, is just, trying. But I do like how he does give us little stories in between for each chapter. I do like that kind of stuff too, just to kind of see how it works real world.
Yeah, I think she just has to get past that part and then get into I think chapter 3 and 4 will be much more interesting.
Well, that's what I told her. I said, once you get into the meat and potatoes of Atomic Habits, then it picks up, and then he gives you strategies and things that are real world. Like, you have a lot of, at least for me, I have a lot of aha moments, for sure. M says, I have to head out to my appointment, but thank you so much for brightening my day with your beautiful smiles. Much love to you all, and have a great week. Bye, M. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. And Alicia likes that idea. I need more time to put up my Christmas tree. Well, for me, for Power Hour, I need to work on my August TBR. I know what needs to go on the TBR, but I haven't actually put it down. I'd like to write it all down. Part of it is because I'm still reading 2 books from July. I need to get that done this weekend, and then I can focus on August. But I'm going to do that. And my plan is pretty much written for next week. And then I need to just kind of work on this office a little bit. I still have my pile of books that I pulled from all the different places and didn't put them on the shelf. So go figure. So anyway, let us go to our Power Hour time. Let's get that up and then start our kitty. Okay, happy Power Hour. I heard the kitty cat. I was talking to my son. We were talking about our design bookcases and all that kind of stuff because I'm running out of room, guys. Literally, I feel like I'm just going to have to take a whole bunch of books and just get rid of them because I don't know what to do with them all. I really don't. It's gotten to be out of hand.
I understand.
I mean, I bought a second book cart, and that's what I was kind of organizing my TBR on that. And also whatever books I have to put away, I put them on the cart so I could bring the cart in there and then distribute them the way they need to go. I don't know. I'm thinking about trying to get maybe one more bookcase, but the issue is I have my treadmill in my living room, and that's what we were discussing. It's like, what do I do with the treadmill? I mean, I used it. I don't use it a lot. I used it 4 times in July. I mean, so I almost wish I could move it into the garage, but then that's what we were talking about. It's like the garage then needs to be cleaned out. And the only thing that belongs to me in that garage is my car. So it needs to clean it out.
Yes.
So how did you do, Jen?
I got some of my Halloween stuff out. A lot of what I did was getting kind of taking stuff that needed to be put away, so I had room for the Halloween stuff. But I did get a few things up, so we're making progress.
Very good. Okay, Lee, how did you do?
Very good. I'm almost through my Bible study, and I read chapter 8, which I have to say was the most interesting one to me so far.
Really?
Like, that connected so many things for me. I highlighted a lot.
Very, very good. Yeah, I haven't read it yet. That'll be on my list to do for tomorrow. For some reason, I like doing it on Sunday. Then I have my thoughts, and then I can just try to implement it as I go, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm glad.
After you talk about it, then we can discuss. I mean, after you read it, then we can discuss how it.
Yeah. I love that. I love when you have aha moments. There's so many moments, and I've read this book before, but clearly, I mean, I think I implemented stuff, obviously, because some things I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of do that already, kind of thing, but you just kind of forget, you know. I did my TBR. I made my TBR, and also listed how I'm going to get some of the books if I decide to. One of them is huge. It's like 25 hours on audio. And I'm like, that's part of the issue with reading a big book, even if it's on audio, that's the problem I'm having with Emma. It's not as big as, well, it was 15 hours. So not as big as this book, A Fine Balance, but I just feel like it just goes on and on and on and on. And I feel like I can't do anything else. And it's hard to read something physically when you have that, for me, hanging over your head. It's different when we're reading J.P. Beaumont, the J.A. Jance books, because the way the narrator is, and it's quick. So like if you read your 5 chapters for the day, you're like, okay, I've had enough of Beaumont and I'll see him tomorrow. Because by this point, he's like a real person to me. He's like just somebody I'm catching up with. But anyway, I'm glad I got that done. Now I just want to take a little picture of that and then maybe do a graphic of what I'm missing. If not, I'm making a list. Whatever. It is what it is. Whatever gets done, gets done. M headed out to her appointment. That was our last comment. And then Esther Jane said, morning, ladies. Sorry, a lazy reading day. There's nothing to be sorry about. And it's not lazy. That's just your choice. The power will be getting this book done by tomorrow. And good to see you all. You too, Esther Jane. And then Chris Wildfire came in and she said she needed coffee first and then working on her series. Catherine said, have a great day, everyone. Bye, Catherine. And then, good morning, Jocelyn. Stream hopping today, adulting and ironing out some wrinkles in my narrative. Very nice. Jocelyn is a writer. I met Jocelyn through AuthorTube. Jen listened to Hot and Sour Suspects. I love these cozy mysteries. Did some laundry. The titles are amazing to me. And worked on my book journal. Very productive. Mindy woke up and made coffee. Good Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mindy. And Alicia was able to get dressed, ate breakfast, made the grocery list, had coffee, and picked out some books for her TBR. I need 1 or 2 more books and I'm complete. Excellent.
Very productive.
Yes, very productive. But you see, it when you try to take your time, like for me, taking my time, it took that whole hour really for me to kind of think about what I wanted to read, even though I knew some of what I needed to. I'm trying to finish that summer book bingo. I don't like to rush. And so I think that's why I'm so slow. I just want to take my time. Jamie fed the cats, ate breakfast, and finished packing. I just have to throw my toiletries in the bag, and I'm ready to go. Woohoo! And Chris Wildfire was telling everyone hello. Eleanor finalized her August TBR and organized tasks for this weekend for some fun. Hope to see the Naked Gun movie at our local theater. Thank you all for the momentum. You are quite welcome, Eleanor, and I hope you enjoyed it. It looks fun. I saw the previews when I went to see Life of Chuck. Stormy ate breakfast, washed dishes, swept floors, and listened to some of Murder on Bedford Street. Buddy reading with Esther Jane. Nice. So is that the one that Esther Jane is trying to finish really quick?
Yeah, I think that's the gaslighting series that they're both reading.
I am on chapter 10, and oh my God, I feel like this one is going to be a wild ride. Excellent. And have you thought of a shelf riser for your bookshelf? It lets you add another row on a shelf. No, I don't know if that'll be a good idea for my bookcases. I bought the ones from Target, so they're not. I mean, they serve their purpose, but I would be afraid if I manipulated them in any way. It might not be a good thing. Yes, we must be done for Brady. We must be done for Brady on Monday. Oh, for Monday. Oh, you have to be done okay, I see what you're saying. You and Esther Jane have to be done before we start Brady on Monday. Yes, we're going to read our Joanna Brady book first, which I'm very grateful that they agreed to do that. I couldn't get the Beaumont book. I have not had any problems getting Beaumont books on audiobook, and this time there was a 2-week wait, to get the audiobook, and I'm like, well, great. So we're going to do Beaumont later in the month. Now I'm loading the dishwasher. I didn't wake up early enough to get it done during the hour. That's fine. Whatever needs to get done when it gets done, right? That was our progress report. I was still in power hour. Okay, now, what are your intentions for the upcoming week? What are you planning to do this week, Jen?
Well, Renna goes back to school on Monday, August the 11th. So this coming week, my only priority is to get everything organized and together for her to go back to school. If I get some other stuff done, great. If not, fine. The only goal I'm setting, my only intention this week, get ready for back to school.
So yes, it's all about Renna next week. So does she have to wear a uniform or anything like that when she goes to her school?
She does, but we had to buy our new uniforms toward the middle to the end of last school year, so they do still fit her. So it's not, and she doesn't have to have like regular school supplies. So it's basically just making sure that she's got enough uniforms and all her medical forms that have to be, completed and signed by doctors so that she has her chronic ailments and her specialized diet, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's good. And do they feed her or do you have to provide lunch?
They do. She gets breakfast and lunch at school.
Oh, that's awesome. That makes it easy for you too.
Okay.
Well, and you see, I think that's a great plan is that if you do get something done extra, that's great. That's lagniappe, but you're taking care of yourself because you've got the MRI this week too, right?
I see my doctor on August 14th, which is not this coming week, but the next week. And I'm pretty sure they won't do the MRI that day. We'll just talk and then schedule it because here's the thing too. I have to have someone drive me after the MRI because I have extreme claustrophobia and I will go into a full-fledged panic attack. So I have to have Valium to even be put into that MRI. And I also watched the new, just as an aside, the new Final Destination Bloodlines last night. If you have claustrophobia and a fear of MRIs,
do not watch that.
Trigger warning. So there we go. Yeah, definitely going to need to follow you.
Yeah, I get that. Well, but I think that's good. I mean, so you can just focus, and if you get anything extra done, great. If not, it doesn't matter because you got what you're focusing on. What about you, Lee? What are your plans for the week?
I just want to say, to me, living in the Northeast, it's so weird that we're the only like group of people that go back to school in September. Like everybody's going back to school now.
Yeah,
and
I know. There were people that actually started in July. When I saw that there were some people that were actually back in school in July, I'm like, what is wrong with these folks?
Yeah, we usually don't go back till after Labor Day.
I know. Well, we used to a long time ago. We didn't go back to school until later. Like I remember being young and having a full 3 months for summer. And even when I first started teaching, I kept all my teaching contracts or whatever. There was a time when we did not go back to school until like August the 22nd. Somewhere around there, because and in fact, that was the year that I had Andrew. He was born on August 1st. And I remember that was a year that we didn't go back till the 21st or 22nd. And that's when I was teaching up here on the North Shore. So they keep making it earlier and earlier and earlier. And what happens too is teachers have to report earlier than the kids. So yeah, I don't now do
year-round school in a lot of places too.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lee, when do y'all get out of school?
Toward the end of June. So you guys are already out, and unless you go to a Catholic school or a private school here, like then you're more like go in September, get out in May, because they make a little bit more of their own rules. But public school here, yeah, you go September to like June 20 something. It depends if we needed snow days or something like that. I think that's more what they try to account for. So.
I don't know also too if the reason they do it is because of the heat here. But you would think that they would, I mean, because it does start getting hot here like April, May. I would much rather go full May a little bit into June than have to go back as early in August, because August is our hottest month.
Yes.
The other thing that happens to us too is we have active hurricanes that make us miss like a week here or there in August and September. So
that's up here it's like you can either lose the days because of snow or the thought of snow, because now that's what they don't send you to school if there's a thought of snow, and so then you waste your days there. So then like they add them on at the end, so where you might have gotten out of school on like June 20th, now you're like June 28th or something like that.
Now, that's the one thing that COVID did solve for days is they do a lot of virtual days now. And so what happens is if there is a threat and the teachers know that there's a possibility they're going to be out, they can send assignments home and the kids can do the assignments virtually or at home or whatever the case may be, and then bring it back, and then they can take a grade or whatever it is for it. So they've been doing that kind of stuff. But I do know when it snowed here, the school that I was doing Title I at, they were like, we may have to take some Mardi Gras vacation or whatever. And I'm like, nobody's going to come.
Right.
People aren't going to care about attendance, and people make plans to go on vacation during Mardi Gras break. I mean, so it's like you're punishing the teachers and like the 5 kids that might show up.
Right. The thing, they didn't even have our kids here in Alabama. They didn't even have to make up the whole week that we missed because of the snow. Because they said it was like, I guess the governor declared a state of emergency or something. So they said because it was a state of emergency, they didn't have to make up those days. So they still got the entire week for Mardi Gras. Because we have, Mardi Gras in Mobile too. But they don't.
For you guys, that was a huge exception for you guys to have that snow and stuff like that. So that's,
wild.
Yeah, because it was the last time it snowed, I want to say Andrew might have been in junior high or maybe starting high school.
Totally different.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, I had the best time with it.
I
mean,
did too.
myself personally, I built a snowman and had a whole story surrounding
I
Bob.
loved watching everybody in the South like be excited for the snow. It was like, that's cool for you guys.
Yes, it was like 6 inches here is like a miracle,
It's a lot, yeah. But anyway,
Okay,
my intentions.
so your intentions.
Atomic Habits 9 and 10. An Instacart session, I realize I just have to schedule it like I schedule anything else, like it's a doctor's appointment type of thing.
Mm.
And complete Judges, which I should have done by the end of the week. My Bible study.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I mean, even and all you wanted to do was Instacart one time, correct?
That's what I've changed it to. One time, just do it one time. That's it.
Right. Okay.
Because I know once I do it once, whatever anxiety I have over it will be over because I did it, and then I can just move on to doing it.
Right. Okay. So, hopefully putting it on the schedule and saying you're going to do it.
I hope that's what it is. My backup plan to that is just asking my husband to go with me. Because it's like, whenever I've discovered this, that if it's something and not that I'm passionate about Instacart, don't get me wrong, but if it's anything that, if I wanted to try a Pilates class for the first time and I'm very anxious, but it's something I want to do, I would ask like my sister who doesn't care. She has no feelings in it. So she'll come along with me. She'll make me feel better that I have somebody there with me. And then after I get that first one over with, I'm good. And like me and my sister have been good doing that with each other. Like she'll be so nervous about doing something that I don't care about. I'll be like, sure, I'll go with you. I don't care.
Right.
And then she got it over with and we're fine.
Yeah. So that might be what it is. Schedule your time and see if your husband will just go with you. Yeah.
I don't even care if he sits in the car. Just like, I don't know. I just like, I don't know what it is. I'm just weird about things like this. So.
Right. Well, it's just kind of helping you get over that hump of doing it. I think that makes sense. I know when I had to do I was a merchandiser for Johnson Wax. A friend of mine worked there and I was like a part-time merchandiser and I had all these different stores like New Orleans, the North Shore, all these different places. And that was before GPS. Like I had to have like MapQuest or something help me. And my husband and I went, like he drove me to all the locations that I had to go. And so that way I could take notes. I could look at what was around the area where I needed to turn and all that kind of stuff. So I get it. I'm anxious whenever I have to do something, go somewhere for the first time. I'm not really sure about the area. Once I've been there, then I'm like, okay, I'm good. Now I know what's the good route, a better route, whatever. I don't like to, because even though you listen to a GPS, sometimes they don't tell you to turn fast enough. Like, especially driving in Atlanta, it's like, okay, you need to tell me a little bit sooner that I have to be all the way in this right lane.
Right.
And I'm over here and have to go across 4 lanes of traffic because otherwise I have to listen to you say recalculating 1,000 times,
And that's so stressful. It's like you're yelling at the machine and you're like, you didn't tell me. It's too late.
I know that's the stuff that makes me nervous with doing something for the first time. Okay. For me for this week, I mean, look at my intentions. I've written down. I'm going to scrapbook at least once this week. I had to check with my husband to make sure he's not going out of town this week as of right now. So with him being home in the evenings, I like to be able to spend time with him in the evenings. Sometimes he does go to bed early, so then I can read or whatever. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one of my days, like during the day, have like a scrapbooking session. Or like when I know he's coming home, then I know I can do it before he gets home. Not that he cares, but I just feel bad. And then my August challenge, I'm going to, be doing all the things that I set forth for August. And I will write a blog post for myself just to update for accountability. And then I'm volunteering at the Friends of the Library store. I want to on Thursday just to go in and like a volunteer type. Putting books on shelves. That's what I did last time. So please let us know what y'all's intentions are. Michelle said, I'm still working on my vlog. I had a lot more clips than I thought, and they're uploading so slow. I read a couple of chapters, and Carrie Soto is back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've heard a lot about that book, but not sure if it would be a book that I would enjoy or not. Have either one of y'all read that one?
I did not read that one by her, but I feel that's also a sequel to a different book.
Ah, okay.
I think so.
Okay. And then Alicia said, my kiddos go back on the 11th too. We're in the same boat. Yes, Jen. Hello, Miranda. Hi, and good morning. My birthday was yesterday, so I'm 23 years old now. Very nice. My son's birthday was yesterday as well, and he turned 24. And Alicia said, my intentions for this weekend are to clean up the house, get ready for school, and cleaning from sick germs. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. When your kids go back to school, you got to worry about all the germs.
Yeah.
And usually it takes place the first time the weather changes. I find that's the issue. That first little cool snap you have that lasts for about 10 seconds here in Louisiana.
Yes.
Jamie's only intention for the week is to hang out with my grandchildren and do some sewing projects for my grandson's bedroom. That's a great intention. Chris Wildfire, I am not a do-it-yourself genius either. I just added some empty egg cartons in the back of the shelf as a riser. Also used some empty boxes I should declutter. Oh, yeah. Now, as far as the risers, I see what you're saying for that, as far as like double stacking. I've seen that on Cameron Chaney's channel, and it would work, but the bookcases I got from Target are not super deep. So my books would be hanging off the shelves unless they're paperbacks. But I've thought about doing that for like the paperbacks. Like my husband even said he could get like a 2x4 or whatever, like a piece of wood that I could put in the back, and then I could do it in the back for that. Yeah, so I get that. Unfortunately, like I said, my bookshelves, they're serving their purpose, but they're not super deep. So I can't really do that for all of them either. I was a paperback snob for a very long time. I will admit that. I like a hardcover book. Swank says, read my self-help book. I'm going to make chocolate chip cookies for breakfast. Yum. I'm counting my to-do list. I have a dentist appointment this week. Okay. Hopefully all goes well with that. And Michelle says, I'm going into a busy season at work. I work at a college and fall starts in a few weeks. Very busy. My intention is to set up my home to be in place of rest and relaxation. That is awesome. Yes. It's actually a very smart idea. I always did a really thorough kind of deep cleaning before school started, because I just knew it's one of those things. Once it's all in place, then you can go and kind of keep maintaining it until the first holiday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not going to have any time to do deep cleaning afterwards. And oh no to Jen, that was definitely not a scene to see with an upcoming MRI. Right. Also, my intentions for the upcoming week is mostly just going to work and planning for my birthday party. Nice. Yeah. Are you having your birthday party at home, or you chose a venue for your party? Like a restaurant or something? And Jen says, I can't believe it either, Lee. I'm very happy I'm still on break. And we used to go back to school the last week of August here, and now it seems way early. Yeah. And yes, Georgia started school last week. When I was little, we lived in New York, and my birthday, September 2nd, was a summer birthday. When we moved to Georgia, it was always a school year birthday. Summer is too short.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And good morning, Kaylin. Hope everyone is having a productive and fun morning. Same to you. And my kiddos are given the opportunity to do their homework in class, and then they can finish at home. That's nice. And then in New York City, our contract is minimum 180 days, but can't go past June 28th. Snow days are now remote. Well, at least they give you the option of doing remote. We had to make up for Hurricane Milton, which they just took their early dismissal days and turn them into full days. Now, we did during the Ida situation, we had to add minutes to our day. The diocese approved that, so we had to tack on so many extra minutes to the day for a certain amount of time. I don't think it even went for the last couple of months, but you're talking, I think we added maybe 5 minutes or 8 minutes, something like that. I'm the same way, Lee. It is understandable about your Instacart. Gotta love Atlanta traffic. Yeah. I'm telling you, I think to myself, I can't stand it. I don't think I would ever survive like Houston, LA. I know for a fact I could not do New York. I've been to New York City, and there's no way. I'm like, mm-mm.
When Tim and I went to Chicago, I was the same. I was like, but our Uber driver, he was fantastic. I mean, he's like zipping in and out, and he's doing a great job. And I'm like, I would be just freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Palermo in Sicily and Rome, those were not delightful either. I'm like, I mean, I guess you would get used to it, but I was having a hard enough time just being in the Uber or the taxi. So, you know, and I mean, they were all safe, and they had clearly been driving for a long time. But yeah, my dad keeps anytime I say I might go see my sister because she lives in Atlanta, he's like, "Are you driving?" And I'm like, "No, not if I can help it," because he wants to drive. He doesn't like to fly. I'm like, "No." I think it's going to age me. I can't have that age me. Esther Jane said, Storm, I have been reading and then dealing with a guy taking down the shed still. Ooh, all caps. And I am now going to start chapter 10. Okay, that sounds great. Okay, so that sounds like we all got a plan for this week. I'm excited about that. Trying to take this off. And I just hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, that y'all have plans, whatever your plans may be. I'm going to the English Tea Room in Covington with my husband today for lunch. I'm very excited. It's on my list, my 25 for 2025. So I'm going to get my points for that. But I think it's going to be fun. You know, I mean, I don't know why I think it's going to be fun, but it looks like it's going to be fun.
Take pictures, please, if you want to.
Yes, I'm going to try to take some pictures. I think it would be fun. Like, I don't know if my husband, I should say, I think it'll be more fun for me than it is for my husband. He's kind of going with the flow of it. But I did ask him when I made the plans, because a friend of mine said, "Ooh, I'd like to do that." I said, if you really don't want to go, you have to be honest and tell me, because I don't want you to go and then you be like, like I'm having to worry about if you're having a good time or not. So, but he's like, no, I'll go look. So thank you for Morning Momentum, ladies. Thank you, Alicia. I hope you continue to feel better. And my dad was nervous when I had to rent a car in LA, but I told him that since I learned to drive in Atlanta, I felt okay about it. LA was not bad at all. That is awesome, Michelle. You get a huge gold star for driving in LA. It was 48 and going to 74. It was 48 and going to 74.
Maybe the weather.
Your weather, Esther Jane, went from 48 to 74? If that's the case, that's amazing. Like, you're living that. That sounds fun. Yeah, I'm excited. Have fun at the tea room. Thank you. And have a great weekend, everyone. You too, Michelle. And thank you, Jamie, for being here. You have a great week with your grandbaby. And thank you so much, Jen, for being here. Have a great week as well. And Esther Jane was talking about the weather. Well, I'm just going to say I'm jealous because even at 5:58 this morning, it was humid as hell. And it's going to be hot today. I mean, it's saying 78 right now, but with the humidity, not good. Have a great weekend, Stormy. And on that note, we will bid y'all adieu. Bye.